Yo, people, welcome back to another stream of Two Up Front. I'm your host Ace, and I'm with my brother Major. Hey, man, it's been a while, Major, man. 2 weeks off for the international break. How are you doing? How was the international break before we get into this episode?
Hey, bro, you know my saying, you know the scripture, you know the word, blessed and highly favored. But yeah, man, bro, it's been a minute. It's actually been a minute. Like, obviously, yeah, we're in the routine of obviously like streaming every week. So when we have these breaks, like it feels like it's forever. But yeah, man, it's good to be back. Good to talk ball. A lot of things to
Bro,
talk about as well. This international break was obviously eventful. We're going to talk
it
about it. So
was.
those things that happened. So
It
yeah,
was.
man.
It was heavy. We'll get into that, man. But yeah, just to
Mhm.
kind of echo your words, bro. I love football in it, but it's such an emotionally draining sport that I'm actually
Mm.
so happy. I'm thankful. Obviously, in the future, we might do different things with this with these breaks. But
Mhm.
right now, I definitely appreciate having that time off to come back more refreshed and more energized.
Mm.
And these
Mm.
players that on their break, instead of relaxing, these are flying out to X country to go play matches. I get to get paid money, but yeah, man,
Mm.
it must be draining, bro. Like even
Mm.
just talking about football is tiring. Imagine having to just play 24/7. So yeah, just wanted to kind
Hey,
of.
man, they're getting paid nicely, bro.
No, they are. They are. They are. They can't complain. Don't get me wrong.
Mm.
They still have to do it. But I'm just
Mm.
saying, it's a mad thing as well. You think about the schedule and like, what these
Mm.
guys have
Mm.
to go through. But yeah, man. But yeah, like you alluded to, bro. Before we get into this weekend's preview, I think it's
Mm.
only right that we kind of touch on the news of like kind of what's going on over this week.
Mm.
Like again, I think probably the first week was definitely a lot quieter. I think the first week was a lot of kind of conversations on Ten Hag. Understand those two draws before the break. Was that enough? Was that going to be enough to save him? I saw there was a guy called Tommy Tukes. He was heavily linked. They were talking about, oh,
Bro.
if Ten Hag is gonna go, he's gonna be the guy that comes in. And then we go into the second week of the break, and then that's when we then heard that Tommy Tukes is gonna be the England manager. So, bro, yeah, man, we haven't spoken about this and given our kind
Mhm.
of thoughts. So I wanted to get your take on, I guess, just overall that kind of like what's happened over the break and your thoughts on Tommy as the new England manager before we get into this week's fixtures.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously it's major news, like major news. Like I think we knew that like they were looking like the FA were looking to appoint a permanent manager. And yeah, like we heard different things. Like I know there was even like reports of Pep. I don't think like a lot of people ever really believed that was gonna happen. But yeah, there was like reports of contact being made, and then obviously, like, we've heard names previously with Eddie Howe, and yeah, like there was a lot of
Potter,
speculation. What did you say? So, oh yeah,
I said
Potter.
Graham Potter,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Potter as well. So there was a lot of speculation regarding who is going to be the next England manager, and obviously, it has now been officially announced that it's, you know, Tommy Tukes, and
TT.
the discussion regarding all of this has
Mm.
been crazy. Like, yeah, I didn't expect it to like trigger this much.
Really, bro? I,
Like,
I
yeah,
can't like
no,
when I saw it,
I
my
didn't.
first thought was this is not gonna go down well. But
Like,
God,
wow, like you know what it is. I knew that there was going to be a lot of conversation, but to like some people are like passionately against this. Like they are passionately against this, like passionately. And yeah, like it's been really interesting, like obviously just seeing like all of the conversations and the viewpoints regarding Tommy Tuchel, like coming in and yeah, becoming England manager. As regards to my thoughts, bro, I think there's a few things. I think firstly, it's really interesting the dynamic of the next England manager and what successfulness or what is success for the next England manager. And
okay.
I think because of what happened with Southgate, I think success starts and ends at winning a trophy. Like I think that's currently what the situation is. So England are going into the next World Cup, and I think success for England is winning. Like I think that's success because under Southgate they got to two finals. They weren't able to get over the line. Obviously, World Cup semi-final in 2018, lost to Croatia. another quarterfinal, 2022, lost to France. And yeah, obviously the 2 Euro finals, like I mentioned, with Italy at Wembley, and then obviously Spain. So England have been the nearly men, and
Mm.
they've not been able to get over the line. And I think disappointment was all about who can bring it home, who can finally win England their first major trophy since 1966. And I think that's an extreme amount of pressure, like from the jump. Like it's an extremely pressurized job, the England job. So that's the context of like the appointment as regards to what is success. Now I think when you look at it and you think, okay, who is available that stands the best chance of getting that job done? And bro, I can't lie. I think the FA, I think there's a lot of reasons to criticize them. But with this decision, I can't. I can't. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think when you look at Tommy Tukes, I think you look at him and his managerial record, and one of his major strengths is tournament football. Like you saw what happened in the Champions League with Chelsea. He was
But
brilliant.
Lampard got them out of the group.
Oh, bro, leave with that one, man. Leave with that one. You saw what happened in the Champions League with Chelsea. Like, and even that season when Pep was going up against him, like he was finding it difficult because
Bro, he
was
overthunk
like
himself.
like he like because obviously we saw what had happened in the previous 2 encounters. So then when it got to the Champions League final, now Pep's playing with the lineup, like Gundogan's playing in that role where we're thinking what's going on. And yeah, like Tuchel done the job. Obviously Dortmund, he had a good stint there. Obviously, I know Bayern, there was a lot of discussions and everyone wasn't extremely happy. And, he ended up leaving, but he still got the title there. And I think this is a manager who suits knockout football. I think tactically, he knows how to set up to get the best out of knockout football. He'll look at an opponent, he'll look at what their strengths are, he'll look at what their weaknesses are, and he's going to organize a team to be functional and to try and get the job done. I think a lot of criticism regarding the appointment has been in relation to also playing style. A lot of people spoke about Southgate and they said, you know what, he's boring, he doesn't take risks, etc. And then now you've got Tuchel and they're saying, oh, you know what, we don't believe he's that dissimilar. I think that's harsh on Tuchel, firstly.
It's disrespectful. It's
yeah,
not harsh.
I think that's even better, bro. Like, I think Tuchel, I think he can be pragmatic. Absolutely. He definitely can be pragmatic. But to paint him as this manager that, just plays negative football and he has no ambition and everything is parking the bus and it's not entertaining at all, like, that's not true. That's not true. I think Tuchel's a manager that he likes to do. He does the best with what he has. And I think he's one of them managers that, fam, we saw at Chelsea, that team wasn't a quote unquote Champions League winning team. And he was able to set them up in a way where he was able to get the best out of them. Their defense, solid. Like, I think the whole tournament, they conceded 4 goals, I believe. So he's very, very on point as regards to what it is that he's doing tactically. He knows how to set a team up. And again, when you look at the managerial landscape, who was available that's better? Someone please tell me. Because Pep wasn't coming. Klopp wasn't coming. Ancelotti wasn't coming. So put those 3 to the side. Now, what are we talking about? What are we saying? Potter? Do you think Potter is better than Tuchel? Do you think Graham Potter being English manager, do you think Graham Potter being England manager puts England at a higher chance of winning the World Cup? Like, what? Like, do you get me? Like, even Eddie Howe, and I like Eddie Howe, but Eddie Howe doesn't have the credentials that Tuchel has. What are we talking about here?
Yeah,
like,
no way.
Again, it's disrespectful. Like, it is disrespectful. Like, for everything he's achieved, like, who are you thinking? Who are you going to bring in? Lampard? Is that what you wanted? Did you want to bring in Lampard? Did you want to bring in Potter? Did you want to bring in Gerrard? Who did you want to bring in? that you think, because everyone's been complaining, everyone's been saying we can't get over the line. When it gets to these moments, we need someone with experience that knows what they're doing. And then now all of a sudden it's nah, man, the first priority is that they need to be English. They need to be English. What are we talking about? Like, fam, 1966. And
bro,
this discussion's crazy as well, because even like when we're talking about the landscape of English managers, I think I saw it's since the last time an English manager won a domestic trophy was 2008, Harry Redknapp with Portsmouth. An English manager has never won the Premier League. The current landscape of English managers, we're not spoilt for choices. Like, we don't have an abundance of riches. Like, again, obviously you're hoping that more managers can come through. And yeah, there's loads of different things involving the setup. I think people have spoken about, you know, how sometimes managers, they come through and because of their name, they get fast-tracked into positions because of their playing career. People have mentioned Lampard, for example, Gerrard, for example. And Rooney, for example. Yeah. People have mentioned, and obviously now Rooney's at Plymouth. And I think it's actually good that he's showing like passion to manage. And he's saying, you know what, I am going to try and build my way up. And yeah, you know what, like I don't necessarily need the top jobs in order for me to say I want to manage. Like, I think that's good. That's what you should be doing, because as a football player, you are absolutely amazing. Gerrard, absolutely amazing. Lampard, absolutely amazing. As managers, the same can't be said. The same can't be said. We saw what happened with Villa when Gerrard was managing Villa, and we saw how bad they were. And then Emery came, someone who was seasoned, experienced, and he's completely changed everything. We've seen Lampard, who, to his credit, at Chelsea, that first season, it wasn't horrible with the transfer ban. He done his thing, but ultimately, you saw that he was out of his depth. And yeah, he couldn't hack it at that level. So, and Rooney, again, we've spoken about him. We've seen those examples. We don't need to go into it again. But this idea that, oh, you know what? Like, the English manager needed to be English, but then also you're trying to prioritize winning the World Cup. Well, something's got to give, because those top elite managers that everyone's been saying we need, when Southgate was underperforming, and when I say underperforming, I mean not getting the job done, because that's what people were classing as underperforming. They were saying, you know what, we've got this golden generation of players, we should be winning these tournaments. And when people were complaining, they were saying we need an elite manager. And I think when you're looking at the current landscape of managers and you're looking at the choices that were available, I think the FA have made a good appointment. And I'm normally someone that's very critical of the FA, but I think they've actually made a good appointment. Whether it's going to be successful, and again, success is defined as winning. Like, that's the difficult thing for Tuchel right now, because that's the bar. If he doesn't win, then they're going to absolutely come for him. Like, if he doesn't win, they're going to slaughter him. Like, so, but he knows that. He's come, I think even in the interview, he was saying, he was like, you know, hopefully we can come and get that second star. Like, so.
But you know when he laughed the most? When they asked him, oh, will you sing the anthem? He said, I'm still thinking about it. I said, don't lie to us, bro. Okay, don't lie to us. Okay, you're not thinking nothing.
Bro, like, so I think that's the thing. I think, again, like, the priority, because ultimately, I think if England win the World Cup, no one cares, man. Like, all of this is irrelevant. So if the priority is trying to find the best manager who's capable of doing the job, and again, when we say doing the job, we're talking about winning a first major trophy for England since 1966. That's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a team that has never won the Euros. We're dealing with a team who has stumbled to get over the final hurdle time and time again. So we have been crying out and saying, you know what, Southgate, you've done the fundamental thing. Great. You've come from the under 21s. Yeah, like, again, Southgate. This is what people were saying. This is why people are saying, Southgate, you've come from the under 21s. You've boosted the morale. England look like a team again. People are happy to go to international duty. Everyone's excited. Look at the togetherness. Great. You've got England further and further into tournaments. You got close. You were really close to your credit, you were really close. You weren't able to get over the line. Against Italy, again, when we're talking about tactics, you went 1-0 up and then you completely surrendered. And England should have won that game. Italy should have been beating England in that final. And they got it completely wrong. They let Italy back in the game. And then, you left it to penalties and you lost. And again, you got to the final against Spain. You weren't able to get over the line. Like I said, World Cup, quarterfinal against France, weren't able to get over the line. 2018 against Croatia, weren't able to get over the line. So Southgate, you've done well as regards to building the morale, the togetherness. Again, we've got further in tournaments. Now, everyone has been crying out for a manager to get us over the final hurdle. And everyone's been saying, you know what? We need someone elite. We need someone that knows what they're doing. We need someone experienced. Tell me, who was a better option than Tuchel? If you can answer that, please, anyone that hears this, if you can answer that, as regards to the managers that were available, again, don't tell me Pep, don't tell me Klopp, don't tell me Ancelotti. As regards to the managers that were available, please, someone tell me who was the better option. Because if you tell me Lampard, I'm going to laugh at you. If you tell me Gerrard, I'm going to laugh at you. If you tell me Rooney, I'm going to laugh at you. All great players, don't get me wrong. But as regards to managerial careers, they've not proven anything. And you know what it is as well? You don't necessarily need to be an elite world-class manager to win in international football. There's many examples of like countries being successful. So I'm not even Spain, Argentina again. So that's not what I'm saying here. I'm not saying you need a world-class manager to be successful in an international tournament. What I am saying is that you have tried the approach that hasn't worked, and everyone has been saying, you know what we need? We need someone elite. Like Southgate has been in this managerial role since 2016, bro. 2016, bro. Like, he's had so many attempts at this. And again, he's done well as regards to building the morale, getting everyone together, getting further in tournaments. Like, fam, I remember 2018 vibes. Like, when Trippier scored that free kick, everyone was going crazy. Like, it was mad. It was like, it's coming home started off as like a joke. Then people were like, wait,
that was a great time, man.
It actually might be coming home.
Yeah, that was actually a great time.
So, Southgate, he done a lot. But ultimately, he wasn't good enough to get England over the line. And people have said, you know what? We need someone who is. And again, if you are looking at managers who you believe are capable of doing so, tell me who was a better option than the one that they appointed. If you can tell me who was better than Tommy Tuchel as regards to who would have been a better option as regards to England manager, then please let me know. And again, I'll say, okay, cool. Like, if you can come up with someone again, but I think any option that you would give, for example, even if you were to give, for all we know, Lampard could have come into the managerial role and he might have very high respect of the players and he might do a madness and he might win the World Cup. But if he did that, that isn't because of anything he's shown in his managerial career, which surpasses Tuchel. Like, based on the evidence that we currently have, there is no evidence of any of those managers being better than Tuchel. So if we're just basing this on evidence, then tell me who would have been a better appointment, please. And that's where I'm at with it. So
bro. I think that was a very, very comprehensive answer. And yeah, bro, I feel like I just have to just jump on top of what you've said already, because I think you pretty much said it all, and I completely agree. Like, I think my first reaction when I saw it was, it makes so much sense. Like, when I saw it, I was like, you know what, like you said, what he did with Chelsea in the Champions League, even I think while he was there, what did he go to 5 finals with Chelsea? Like, he's clearly showed to you that he lost great with
the finals against
like, he's great at making he's a great cup
PSG
manager.
Champions League final, bro, close,
like,
just
and then the year after goes to Chelsea, wins
it.
So he's shown that he's a caliber of manager that I think you don't usually see in international football.
Sorry, bro, even last season Champions League with Bayern, bro. Like, they knocked you guys out. Do you get me? And then obviously, they were close. Like,
it's true. It's true. And so, like, I feel like in terms of international managers and international football, I feel like the standards and things are already. I don't see it as like good, high quality football, because again, and it is what it is, isn't it? Because you only have these players for a set amount of times. It's individual quality. It's what can you do in the time that you have them. So I feel like even the managers that kind of are in international football, they're not usually. I think a lot of them won't really leave their country and then go manage at a high level in like club football. So I think getting a manager at a high level in club football and convincing him to come and manage your country, I think is a massive coup, man. So that's why I wasn't shocked by the reaction, because I remember, obviously, I think I'm too young to really remember, but I did hear like when was it Sven Eriksson, when he came in, I think Capello, again, the reaction wasn't really the most positive initially, I guess, from like a massive part of the population, but you expect that, you know, that's what's going to happen. And I see the pundits too that are coming out being very strong about, how important it is that he's English. And people made a good point that, yes, if it was Pep, you're going to be telling us that it's very important that he's English. Just say that you just don't think Tuchel's good enough, and that's your main reason. And I do get it too. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I do get the element of people where it's like, like if like you could have things your way, you would want a manager that's English that's good enough to take England to go win a competition. But like you've broken down, bro, there's just no one available. Like, bro, there's no one available.
Bro, that's what it is.
There's no, I think, bro, right now I have 20 teams in the Prem, only 3 of them are English.
Free, bro.
Like, let's accept
managers,
bro. Where we are now. Where,
bro.
Like, bro, England is like, it's not to make it political, but like, obviously, there's a lot of foreign people in this country, and it's great because you now get the best from people around the world. That's what happens now when you have something like the Premier League. So when you have something like that, now you now see that when you now have the best of the Premier League, and you can only get 3 of your managers into managing clubs in that league, you have to now say that there's probably a bigger issue in terms of just a caliber of managers that you're producing, and that's a bigger conversation.
Bro. And I was seeing stuff as regards to like the expenses and how expensive it is to get the coaching licenses and all of these different things that are fundamentally wrong with the setup. Like, there's loads. This is a wide conversation, like from the ground level when it comes to coaching in England. There's several problems and like hurdles and stumbling blocks which are preventing managers being able to progress like how they would want to, because 100. I think when you're looking at it in comparison to Spain, like the qualifications are cheaper, it's easier for them to progress. Obviously, as a nation as well, they've got a style as regards to how they play, and you know, individuals are brought up playing a certain way. And I'm not saying that everyone plays the same, but they've got an overall style that can be adapted and changed.
And you can look at England, Germany, Italy, they all have like unique identities.
Exactly, bro. That's the word. They have unique footballing identities. Do you get me? And I think England, where England have always struggled, is that, again, when you're looking at the golden generation from before, and you're looking at Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, Beckham, Owen, Rooney, Terry, Campbell, Ferdinand, Cole, Neville. Bro, nasty team, bro. Nasty team, bro. But again, we've seen loads of discussions regarding Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes. Why couldn't we get them all playing together? And how comes we weren't able to make it work? How can we have 3 midfielders of that level of talent and we're not able to make it work? When you're looking at Spain, bro, you see in the Euro 2012 final, bro, Spain, they had a gifted generation of midfielders, bro. That in that final, Fabregas started, Iniesta started, Xavi started, Xabi Alonso started, Busquets started. Bro, they said, we're getting you all in. Yeah. And they found a way of playing. They had an identity. Yeah, they didn't say rigid 4-4-2. No, bro, they had an identity. Yeah, they said, bro. I think David Silva as well. Sorry, I left out David Silva. David Silva, Fabregas, Busquets, Xabi Alonso, Xavi, Iniesta. They said, we're going to figure this out. Fabregas, you can play false 9. Like, we'll make it work. It doesn't matter. Like, we have an identity. We have a style. We're going to be able to figure it out. England currently don't have an identity as regards to playing style. They're still trying to figure it out. And what Southgate has done is that he's brought the morale. He's made the dressing room nice. He's made people excited. Because when you look at a lot of the other countries, when it comes to international duty, they can't wait to go. Like, they're like, get me out of here. They want to go play with their country. They want to play they want to represent their nation. They're excited. When you looked at a lot of the stories from like the Ferdinands, I think he said it himself, like it was very cliquey. Like the United players are hanging around with each other. The Liverpool players are hanging around with each other. Like the Chelsea players are hanging around with each other. So Southgate has done good work. But again, bro, 2016 since he's been there. So that's the thing. People are going on like they've not tried. You literally promoted someone from the under 21s and you've tried, like you've literally had how many goals at this? You've not been able to get over the line. So the FA have now said, all right, cool. You know what? Let's try and get
it was a surprising move, man. I didn't see them doing
bro,
it. So
no,
it caught me. It was a surprising
I
move.
never thought I never thought they were gonna do that, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Like I was pleasantly surprised. I'll say, raw. I said, these men are actually trying to win. Like,
hey, man.
They're actually trying to win, fam.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, man. But yeah, again, I think the points you made were really spot on as regards to the national identities of like these different countries. And yeah, man, again, with international football, we've seen teams like, for example, like a Spain who are, you know, they've been able to play a certain brand of football and it's been brilliant. And obviously we can talk about like previous Brazil teams, but a lot of the time, bro, let's be honest, in international football, you have great players, you have a system, you're able to put in certain performances, and it's about the day. It's about who can be better on the day, who can be more tactically smarter, who's going to be able to have a player who can grab things by the scruff of the neck and make the difference. It's tournament football,
Portugal
bro.
Stink their way through.
Bro, 2016, bro.
They didn't win a game into the final, wasn't it?
Bro, that Portugal team, do you think it's better than France? Yeah, bro, fam,
Yeah.
I think in the group stages, it was all draws, bro. Like, do you get me? Like,
even in the knockouts, they didn't take the penalties in every game onto the final.
I think they beat. I think if my memory serves me correctly, I think they beat Wales in the knockouts. But yeah, a lot of those games it was penalties. Like, do you get me? Until it got right towards the end. And yeah, man, like even in that final, bro, Ronaldo, who is the top scorer in international football history, who has done absolute bits for his country, bro, he came off injured, bro. Like, he came off injured early. They won it whilst he was on the sidelines with a team that had Griezmann and Pogba and all of these, bro. International football, fam. I've seen Greece win the Euros in 2004, bro. What in the 90s? I think it was 92. It was Denmark. Denmark won it, bro. Like, bro, this is tournament football, man. And Tuchel, again, he knows what he's doing. Like, we've seen it. So, again, what I will say, though, is that, and I think he is aware of this, but again, where it is a very difficult challenge is that the bar is winning it.
Oh, if 100%.
If he does anything other than win it, people are going to say, well, Southgate got us to 2 finals.
Yeah.
You get, so what has he done? Yeah, like, what is he got? So it's going to be very difficult. Like, and I think a lot of, like, people are going to be ready. Like, if he doesn't win it, people are going to say, see? Like, do you get me? See? So he's got a really hard task at hand because, yeah, like, the bar is really winning it. Like, he's got to win it. So, yeah.
No, I agree, bro. And so I think that's our thoughts on the England appointment. So very locked in. See how it goes. I'm definitely going to be very interested to see. I think he starts in January, so yeah, we'll have to wait a little bit to see his first kind of lineup and who he picks, or he favors any of these old Chelsea boys, whether certain guys get in. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. So yeah, definitely an interesting move by the FA, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But bro, I think it's time now that we get into the Premier League preview.
Let's talk, man.
Talk football this weekend. It's been a little while, so yeah, definitely excited for this one, man. And I think there's only one place that we can start. We have to start with what's the biggest game of the weekend, to kind of set the scene. We have a Chelsea team that, after last season, it had a difficult end. No, they had a very good end, but obviously very difficult start with Poch. This year, Maresca, unknown manager, kind of inexperienced. We said, "Oh, how's that gonna do?" I kind of felt like maybe they would start slow and then build up. But after the City game, they've actually just kept going up, and they've got a lot of positive kind of momentum behind them right now. Then we have Liverpool, who are also in a very similar situation where they've lost a great. Klopp is gone now. Understand? A new manager slot's coming in. We're saying, "Oh, how's he gonna cope now? First season in the Prem. They don't really back him in the summer. How's he gonna do?" And he's also started off the season very, very well. But the one kind of talking point that is kind of being used on both teams, more in Liverpool, because I've seen earlier, bro, that according to Opta, Liverpool have had statistically the easiest start to the season so far. And I think Chelsea, other than the City game, I think they haven't played anyone at the top 5 or 6 or something. So both teams, they're both coming into this game having to prove themselves against good oppositions who have started off the season really well. So yeah, I just want to kind of set that scene. And yeah, bro, let me know, what do you think about this game? How do you see it going? And yeah. Talk to me.
I think this is going to be a good game. Chelsea, yeah, they've started off really well. I've got to give Maresca his credit. That I think he looks like a good manager. Obviously, it's very early days. A lot of things can change, but yeah, he came into this job and he was really bold with a lot of the decisions and statements he was making. Like publicly, he came out and the people he didn't want in his squad, he was open about it. He was direct about it. He said, "This is what it is." Like he's come into the club and he's really tried to stamp his authority, and that can backfire. Like it can backfire. And so far, things seem to be working. Again, long way to go, but things seem to be working. You've got Palmer, who, yeah, man, he's balling, he's doing his thing. Sancho, obviously, they took him from United and he's coming to the team and it looks like, you know, things are ticking for him. We've spoken about Jackson, we've spoken about Madueke, like we've spoken about Chelsea's attack. Caicedo, he's looking good. Like he's looking like much more like better than, you know, how things were looking previously. I think people were really worried about Caicedo, thinking, you know what, we've invested all of this money. And I definitely don't think that, you know, he's proven the price tag. I wouldn't go as far as that, but performances have definitely improved. The big talking point in that Chelsea team is Enzo. And we've spoken about Enzo, and yeah, he needs to start performing, because when we're talking about midfields on Liverpool's team, there was a player that they signed for nowhere near the same amount of money, who also didn't have the greatest of first seasons, but he has now come into this team and he is balling. He is balling like I think most people wouldn't have imagined, because I think we were looking at that Liverpool midfield and we're thinking, yeah, man, like they're going to struggle because they've really missed a certain profile. And I'm not saying he replaces a potential signing as regards to someone like a Zubimendi, or like because they now have him, they shouldn't have got someone else. I still believe that they should, and I think if they did, then they'll be in an even stronger decision. But yeah, Gravenberch, bro, balling.
Yeah,
like,
he's been really good, man.
He's balling. Like I think that's someone who, you know, he had a lot of critics. People were criticizing his performances, rightly so, and he has completely turned it around. He is balling out of his skin, bro. Like he's press resistant. He's sharp, like he can maneuver the ball. He's making the right decisions, slick with it. Like he's keeping things ticking. He can drive with the ball, progress the ball forward. Like he's looking like a really, really good player. And yeah, I've got to give him a lot of credit. And I've also got to give Slot credit, because when players all of a sudden turn things around like that, I think you've got to give credit to the manager, because he's playing him. He's probably had words with him. He's put the confidence into him. And the same way we speak about, you know, like Havertz and Arteta, I think we've got to give Slot his credit as regards to Gravenberch and how he's been performing. So yeah, proper like well done to him. But yeah, Enzo, bro, like it's gonna come to the point where it's just like, you know what, like because I think really and truly, yeah, you see, we're waiting just for Lavia to get back to
he needs to just be
full,
fit, man. Yeah,
full fitness. And
then
now,
we're gonna see. Yeah,
we're gonna have some uncomfortable conversations. Like, do you get me? And it's not even as regards to like for like replacements or anything like that. I think it's more so cool. Maresca, we're now going to see what it is that you choose to do with that midfield. Like, how are you going to choose to set up? Like, what is going to be your approach?
And so, also, bro, it's very easy. It's very easy to dash the brothers to the side that you don't sound that are dashable. But when it's Enzo now, 100+ million invested in him, and Lavia is now there on the doorstep, we're now going to see how much are you going to hold.
You made him captain with James out as well.
So again, we want to see those big decisions when it comes to that too. You don't want players on the pitch just because of what they cost and not there on merit. And I think that's what Enzo's kind of struggling with right now, where Chelsea are doing well, but you're looking at him and you're saying, you're not giving me 100+. Like, you're not giving me what you should be giving me for what they invested in you and the talent that you're meant to be. Like, I still haven't seen it. Chelsea fans can say, yeah, the nice passes, the dropping from, like, but again, I still don't know what he's like super, like in terms of, you know, when you look at players, you're like, that's their superpower. Like, that's why he needs to be on the pitch. I don't see it with him, man, and I haven't seen it. So I'm still waiting to see it. So yeah, he needs to wake up very, very soon, man. So I definitely agree with you on that. It's gonna be interesting to see how long Maresca gives him when Lavia is fit to give Lavia a chance in there too, and see who actually performs better in that midfield. Because yeah, this is definitely a game where they're gonna be tested, man. Because you can't have passengers when you're going to Anfield and these guys are gonna sign a crowd 100 miles per hour. Caicedo can't do it by himself, bro. Like, even on that quickly, in terms of like setup, because even on that, do you see Park? I've heard some like discussions like, does he move Palmer to the right and then brings in another midfielder to just put more bodies in there, or you think he's gonna go with a Caicedo, Enzo, Palmer midfield? How do you kind of see Maresca approaching this going to Anfield? Because I think, bro, I think that's my kind of big what I'm not sure about, because it's still very early and we still need to see more of what Maresca is trying to do in terms of when he goes to Anfield now, how much does he adapt how Chelsea approach it? Does he just try to play his style? Does he approach based on that we've seen Liverpool struggling against Forest? Maybe that's more how like I'm interested to see whether he's gonna go and like respect them and be defensive, or he's gonna go there and try to go machine for machine. So yeah, what's your kind of thoughts in terms of how you think he will approach it?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. I don't think he's gonna make like any wholesale changes. Like I think Palmer's gonna continue in the 10. Like I don't think he's gonna change it, me personally. Again, like it remains to be seen. And because he's not had these tests, like obviously they face City, what was it, first game of the season. So yeah, like we've not yet had the opportunity to see if he's going to be someone that's going to tactically change things when he is going to these big away grounds, Anfield. Like, so yeah, I think just if I had to just predict, I don't think he changes it, me personally. I don't think he does. That could be very dangerous. So yeah, we'll see. But you know what it is? I think with what you were saying as regards to both teams and their tests, obviously Liverpool came to Old Trafford and yeah, they ran riot. And I think the current state of Man United, as sad as it is to say, we can't really be calling that like a crazy test. Like, yeah, it's just not the case. We've all got to be honest here. So I think how Chelsea are currently playing, and it's crazy as well because we were both struggling, and yeah, they have clicked.
Oh,
and
the
things
Mud
are
Brothers.
looking much better. Yeah, man. Like, fam, it's sad, man. It's sad. They're playing attacking football. Things are looking nice. They've still got their faults, but yeah, there's optimism, and we're out here thinking what's going on. But we'll talk about that when we get to the Man United section. As regards to Chelsea, I think attacking wise, obviously they've got a lot of threat, but I think we've also got to give credit. We've also got to give credit to Liverpool's defense this season. Yeah, because Van Dijk, Konate. I'm gonna specifically highlight Konate as well because I think Van Dijk. We know what Van Dijk is like. Van Dijk is an exceptional defender, and pre-injury Van Dijk was, in my opinion, like that peak was one of the best defenders that I've seen in the Premier League. Like, no debate. Like, I think it's very disingenuous sometimes when people try to disregard him. And I'm someone that, you know what, I can put rivalry aside and say, you know what, this is a great defender. And yeah, but even post-injury, he's still been great. Like, not to the same levels, but that level of Van Dijk was ridiculous. So him dropping a bit is still great. Like,
well,
that's still a great defender.
Ridiculous.
That's still a great
he's
defender.
Ridiculous. But I see when they do the scorecard kind of comparison, like him, Saliba, him, Gabriel, he's just still washing them, bro. He's still washing them. He's a ridiculous defender,
bro. Like, even this Van Dijk, like that pre-injury Van Dijk was super ridiculous, but this Van Dijk is still ridiculous. Like, he's a great defender. But Konate, he's really been impressing me. Like, he's really been impressing me. He looks solid. And I think that partnership, that is like a really good foundation to have. And then obviously,
on that though, what do you think? How big a miss do you think Alisson in that kind of backline is going to be? I like it. They've only conceded 2 goals this season, which is crazy. But yeah,
Wolves and Forest. Wolves and Forest is the only goals they conceded. And obviously, Alisson, in my opinion, best keeper in the world. And it's so sad I have to give this. I've been speaking about Trent and how great he is, and but yeah, Alisson, in my opinion, I got to keep it, 100, like best keeper in the world. But you know what? It's definitely a really big miss. Like, Alisson is magnificent, and we know how the signings of Alisson and Van Dijk changed Liverpool. Like, they essentially got them the title. Like, Klopp had built a really good team. Obviously, Salah, like Mane, Firmino, and then those signings took it to the next level. But what I will say is that when we're talking about backup keepers, Liverpool, they're up there as regards to having one of the best backup keepers. And I think Kelleher,
that's the best, bro.
That's the best. Kelleher is a great. I remember when United, we had De Gea and then we had Romero. And I remember seeing Romero come in, and you're not even that worried. You're like, this is a great option to have.
Sorry, I think City
this is a great option to have. But I think Kelleher, as regards to backup keepers, I think you can't be complaining. So whilst Alisson is a big miss, I think you're not now looking at it and thinking, oh my days, like, we've got a keeper here who's just a calamity.
Yeah, like, we cannot let them have a shot on goal.
We cannot. No shots.
Block all
Everything
shots,
needs
bro.
to be blocked. No shots.
Oh,
like, you don't have to be doing that. So I think whilst it is a disappointment, if I was a Liverpool fan, I wouldn't be too worried about that. Like, I wouldn't be too worried. I think, obviously, so it's gonna be an interesting battle, because obviously Liverpool, defensively, Slot, I think he's definitely come in and he's made them more solid. And I think they're less open than they were under Klopp. So I think he's tightened things up. But this Chelsea attack is very fluid. They're gonna cause problems. And I think Palmer, he's one of them players where he likes to have a wonder. Like, even if he does
Palmer
start
versus Gravenberch, he's gonna come out on top.
Like, I think even if Palmer started on the right, he's gonna have a wonder. Like, he's gonna be moving. Like, he sometimes likes to drop deeper and facilitate from there. Like, he's intelligent as regards to the spaces he likes to pick up on the football pitch. And I think I say the same thing about Salah as well, because we've said it. As Salah has gotten older, I think he's adapted his game, and he knows that he can't do the same things that he used to be able to do. So positionally, he makes sure he puts himself in certain places on the field where he can be most effective. And that normally is, picking up places in the penalty area where he can be effective to score, is also dropping deeper and becoming a facilitator. I think you've spoken about that as well, how Salah, he's become much more of a facilitator, like, as he's gotten older as well. So I think this looks like a good game, man. It looks like a good game, bro.
We were talking about Liverpool's defense, man. You know me, I always have this. Is where I come in.
Yeah, go on, bro.
This is where I come in, and I have to talk about this Chelsea defense.
Take the mic,
man.
bro.
This is where I have to talk about Chelsea, because you know what it is. Yeah, I think Chelsea. I don't want to give them the credit, because I want them to. I missed the Chelsea of last season where it was just funny just seeing them go to these type of games and just. I think last year, Liverpool was giving an absolute slappage last year at Anfield. So it pains me to actually think this is actually going to be a really, really tough game. But my drawback with Chelsea is still that their defense as well, man. Because I think Fofana's out missing from this game and Cucurella's missing. So Tosin's going to come in, most likely, or Disasi. We still need to see who Maresca favors between the two of them. And then at left back too, probably Vega is going to come in against Salah. And I think that's going to be a massive test for him. So I feel like with Chelsea now is their defense.
Him though.
I mean, what I've seen, he's like,
from what I've seen, I like him.
Because I think he was like, I think initially they were heavily linked to Calafiori, and then when Arsenal got Calafiori, they then got Vega. So I thought he'd be like a B-Tech kind of, but he's actually been quite good from what I've seen so far. But I haven't seen him in this type of test against Salah.
Yeah, big test.
So how he performs against Salah is gonna say a lot basically about where he is right now in his kind of career. So, but yes, I'm looking at that Chelsea defense, man, and I'm saying Sanchez too, in the atmosphere, he was very good, I think, in the previous game against Forest. But yeah, man, he has a clanging. I don't know what he's gonna get. I recognize a clanging keeper when I see one, and you don't know what you're gonna get from him. So I think what's interesting in this game is that, like you say, Liverpool's defense is good. Chelsea's defense has been really good this season. It's been a lot more fluid. But Liverpool's attack is also very good, but I don't respect Chelsea's defense. So it's now on like where that scale now balances on what the final result will be. And I think that's why I kind of started off asking you about how you think Maresca is going to approach it. Because I think as impressive as Chelsea have been, I think if they're naive, they can get destroyed at Anfield. Like I think because I think I'm not as I think I think a lot more people are like completely swayed and sold by Chelsea, and I think I'm still like they've been good, but I need to see them in this type of game where a team that's going to test that defense. Because even against the smaller teams, they've shown that they can give you stupid goals, and Liverpool have a good enough attack where if Chelsea aren't now finishing their chances and you're giving Jackson the chances, and again we've given him a lot of respect lately, he's been doing very well. But these are the type of games too where last year we were saying Chelsea need a striker. Because when you play against Liverpool, you're not going to get 2-3 chances to fluff before you get the goal. You need to be a lot more clinical. And then if you now do that and then they go give it to Jota and he finishes, now a tight game can very easily sway very heavily in one side. So I think this game for me is really on Maresca and how he approaches it. I think if he approaches it with the respect, then I think, Chelsea have a chance. They can get something out of it. But I think if he goes and he tries to be naive in any way, then I think I can also see Liverpool. Like, this has been a lot more comfortable for Liverpool than maybe a lot more people are thinking because of how much respect people are giving Chelsea. Like, it's kind of like my kind of thought, outside kind of thought, looking at this one. So, man.
That Liverpool attack as well, like Diaz, he's obviously performed very well this season. Again, Jota, someone who's clinical, Salah. So, you can't be giving those type of chances to Liverpool. So, Chelsea's defense, they're going to have to be much better than they have been.
So again, that's where the Lavia discussion is also a very interesting one. Where you think if he was fully fit, this might be a game where you say, "Hey, Enzo, even if Enzo was playing well, you still say, for what I need in this game, I need these two profiles to kind of help us be a bit more solid." So with Enzo in there too, I don't know, man. I think that's where it's going to be interesting to see how Chelsea kind of cope with going to Anfield. Because if they can go there and get a result though, then I think we're looking at Chelsea completely differently now. Because I think that would be a massive, massive statement if they can actually go there and get something. Because I've been in the trenches, bro. Going to, and obviously it's not Klopp's Anfield, so I think even Liverpool probably aren't as intense as they were in terms of even the general play style as they were under Klopp. But man, that atmosphere. If you go there, you're not ready for what they're gonna give you. Then man, it's a whirlwind, bro.
I saw my team hold 7, bro.
Bro, oh my goodness,
bro, you're telling me. I saw my team hold 7, fam. People even forget in that game, bro. We were 1-0 down at halftime. People even forget that, bro. Like in that first half, bro. People forget the first half because of what happened in the second half. But I think that lends to your point. I think that lends to your point that when they get going, if you're not able to take control of things, things can get out of hand really quickly, like really quickly. I think, like, when you're talking about teams going to Anfield, I think the only team where I can think of, like, the only team I can think of who like can come to Anfield and kind of like just really do a job is like a Madrid. Like, I remember in the Champions League, they went 2-0 down at Anfield very quickly. And normally you're looking at that and you're thinking, oof, this is looking long. And then before you know it, 2-2, and they ended up winning the game 5-2 at Anfield, bro. And it's like, again, Liverpool's Champions League aura is, nothing to joke about at all. But then I think, again, you're looking at Real Madrid and you're looking at their Champions League aura and they're able to go. But when we're looking at the Premier League, like even City, like all the it's one of the hardest places to go in the league. Like if you go there and you're naive, like I think even Ferguson, like when he used to go there, and you mentioned the word respect, Ferguson had respect for Anfield when he went there. He didn't try and set up recklessly saying, oh, you know what, we're Man United, we're just gonna, nah, man, you can't do that. Like, you've got to be wise. So big test, biggest test of Maresca's Chelsea tenure, and currently the same for Slot as well. So big game.
Bro, I don't know if you have any other kind of thoughts before we get into the prediction for this one, or should we get into the predictions?
Yeah, we can get into the predictions, bro.
It's the predictions. All right, cool. Before we get into that, just to quickly remind the people what the table is looking like right now, since it's been a while, and I'm gonna just block your face quickly there, bro. So right now I'm on 22 points, you are on 19. So yes, it's very, very tight. And this week too, we're gonna actually predict 7 games. So just to try hopefully make that table fluctuate a bit more. So we'll try to get through it. But yeah, so on this one, I will go first on this one. I will go first on this one. And it's so difficult, man. I'm gonna go 3-1 Liverpool. I'm gonna go 3-1 Liverpool. What are you thinking,
You see, I was thinking one of two results, and it was 2-1 or 3-1.
Yeah, that's what was in my mind as well. Yeah.
And I think I very easily could have went. I think it's one of the ones that if you said 2-1, I would have went with 3-1. Since you said 3-1, I'm gonna go with 2-1. So yeah.
Nah, I hear it. I think it can definitely go either way. Like, because I do respect this Chelsea team too, but I just think again, I think Liverpool. I think if they can get a goal, I can see Liverpool get like 2 goals quickly, and then Saka. It can spiral very quickly. So that's why I'm going for Liverpool to edge that. But again, Liverpool also have to prove it because, like we said, it's not Klopp's Liverpool. So this is now Slot's Liverpool. So how are they gonna understand approach this type of game? So definitely an interesting one to get into. So yeah, that is our prediction for the Liverpool Chelsea game. Definitely the biggest game of the weekend. Gonna be very interested to keep an eye on that one. And then, bro, there's a few different places that we could go, man. But I said, I have to let my brother speak. Let him get some stuff off his chest. I don't know how he's feeling over because I was seeing something, bro. I saw Brentford have lost 3 games this season, bro. They've lost to Man City, Liverpool, Spurs. I said, oh, Man United gonna be the 4th, bro. Tell me, how do you see this game going? United versus Brentford at home.
Bro.
Talk to me, man.
Bro. You know what? I need to give some context of like how what these last few weeks have been like for me. So
we're to our family here, bro.
Yeah, so let me give some context. So I'll date it all the way back to me seeing United lose 3-0 to Spurs. And then you're thinking, wow, you know what? Surely this must be it. And then you're thinking, all right, cool. Porto's next, Villa's next. 2 very big games. I saw Harry Maguire from a corner get the equalizer, and we get a point from Porto. And then I saw us bore it out, stink it out, whatever you want to call it, at Villa Park, and we get another point. And again, we've spoken about in isolation a point at Villa Park. Not horrible at all. But we know what this manager's about. We've seen the evidence. Everything has been there. The rival fans are begging for him to stay. They are begging. I know rival fans who have never wanted United to win. They now want United to win. So this manager stays, bro. It's horrible. It's horrible out here, man. It's horrible, man. Like, they're out here saying, Ten Hag, please, jam one for us. Please, jam one for us, please. That's what we need. So yeah, bro, it's horrible because, like, again, this football club, man, this is my team. Like, my team. This is my team. This is my father's team. This is my family's team. Like, and yeah, man, it's a sorry state. And we're going into this, bro, this Brentford game. And I think I was hopeful that a change would have been made. It hasn't been made. We spoke about Tactical Tommy. He was linked with our job. Didn't come to United. He's gone to England. And now, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think unless things really start going south really, really quickly as regards to results, and like we just go on like a bad losing streak, I feel like he's got the job until at least Christmas now.
You think so?
Like, yeah, I do think so, bro. I do think so, bro. Honestly, like, I think unless like he goes on like a continuous bad run, then yeah, because like I really think the time to have done it like was there, like the opportunity was there. Like, I think so. That kind of tells me that, you know what, they're trying to wait it out. I don't know whether it's a thing where they're trying to analyze the managerial landscape and they're trying to make sure that, you know, they can get someone that they're really confident in. I don't really know what their approach is, but I don't feel like it's imminent, which, yeah, man, it's disappointing because I want Ten Hag to go. Like, please, man, just go. Like,
Yeah, no,
so yeah,
it's
man,
interesting that you say that, you know, because you know
yeah.
where I kind of, because I think initially I also thought he would probably get till Christmas because I thought they
Hmm.
would wait that long, but because of how bad it's been, and I'm looking at your fixtures, I'm like, surely he won't be able to make it past this international break at worst. But kind of like what you're saying is like I feel like because they didn't make it over this previous international break, they have to at least give it enough time, or otherwise it looks
It
like
looks silly.
it looks
Hmm.
silly. You not
Hmm.
getting rid of him if now after Brentford now or after
Hmm.
Fenerbahce now. So they now
Hmm.
you definitely have him. But I agree, at least another like 3, 4, 5 fixtures. I'll say.
Yeah,
But
I think
yeah,
so.
man. Yeah,
I think till Christmas, bro. Obviously,
you think
we'll
so?
see. Yeah, but bro,
Mm,
that's what I was hoping to happen.
mm,
Like, I was hoping that he would have left. He hasn't. He's still here. So the reality is that we've got a game on Saturday
mm.
against, bro. You know how I rate Mbuemo, man.
Yeah, man.
I've been bigging him up.
You
And
have been.
This Brentford team have been scoring goals.
Yeah, man.
They've been
First
first
minute.
minute in it. Like,
Yeah,
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 man. And
yeah.
yeah, I think Thomas Frank as well. He's one of them managers. Like, they have conceded a few this season. To be fair,
Mm,
like, they've not been the most resolute. But I think
mm,
he's also one of them managers that he knows how to set up a team to frustrate you. And
mm.
Kobe
But what do
injured.
you do? What do you do?
I'm
Are you angry
hearing,
about that? By the way,
yeah, bro,
like.
because bro, we have, bro. I've spoken about Kobe. You know how much I rate Kobe.
Mm,
They're trying to burn this kid out, man. Like, fixtures upon fixtures upon fixtures. Like, he's not getting any time to like recover, to
mm,
learn. Like, and I don't want, I've seen a lot of the Barca fans, they spoke about Pedri, and
mm,
obviously he's an incredible talent, still is an incredible talent. But they've spoken and they said, you know what? They are playing him way too much. Like, you don't want to sacrifice the long term for the short term, especially in
mm.
our case, when what is the short term doing as regards to success?
Nothing.
Like, so,
Nothing at all.
and yeah, man, I think Kobe, he needs to be protected. Like, he needs
Yeah.
to be protected. Like, I don't want to see him burn out. I don't want to
Like.
see him get plagued with injuries because he's being overworked, especially because, bro, with how our setup is currently in midfield,
Mm,
what he's being asked to do as well, that's also a part of it. This
mm.
this reckless,
Yeah, I've been seeing him
reckless
first for
midfield.
tackles, first
Yeah,
for
like this
miles covered.
bro,
That's the
everything,
boy.
bro. Look for the stats, bro. And the
Yeah,
crazy thing is
I've
as
seen
well,
it.
for you know how highly I rate Kobe.
Mm,
For how high I rate Kobe, Kobe's not even been great this season. Like, and
mm,
he is still first in all of these categories. Like, it's showing that, yeah, what he's had to do last season, I said it, he came into that team and he was 18 years old and he was our best midfielder, bro. Like, he was
mm,
absolutely carrying, like, what he had to do. And yeah, I think I'm worried that we are going to mismanage and overuse him. And yeah, man, like, with me, we spoken about Parma, we spoken about, different footballers and this generation, and you being able to just watch a footballer and say, you know what, this guy's cold, this
mm,
guy's a baller. And that's what we've got in Kobe. Like, we've got someone where, put all the stats away, forget it, you can just watch him and everyone could look him in. Everyone was able to look at him. Rival fans were able to look at him and say, yeah, this guy's cold. And I think you've got someone who's just naturally gifted, naturally talented, and I don't want United to ruin him.
mm.
And it's
Yeah,
worrying. So
yeah.
yeah, I hope he's just able to recover. Take your time, Kobe. Like, take your time. They shouldn't dare rush him back. Let him recover properly, etc. But yeah, for this game, Kobe's out. I
Mm.
know Agate, he picked up an injury on international duty.
Okay, is that
Um,
confirmed now? I saw him come
like,
off,
I
but
know
I
he
didn't.
picked up the yeah, I
Yeah.
think he picked up an injury, yeah. Like, so I don't
Mm,
think that he's gonna be, like, again, there might be a further update, but I don't think he's gonna be playing on Saturday.
mm,
So yeah, like, we've got injury problems, things aren't looking great. This Brentford team, Old Trafford, I think the only thing, and bro, this isn't based on anything apart from United sometimes, like, you know, when it looks like it's supposed to be the end,
Oh yeah,
and
man.
then they
Yeah,
like
backs against the rope, bro.
yeah, and they just find, like, I feel like Ten Hag
Yeah.
might just find a way to jam it. Like, I just feel like he might just find a way to jam it. But this isn't based upon any there's no
Footballing
tactical,
reasons,
yeah, there's
logic.
no you know what it is, because I think his back's against the wall. And you know what it is, actually, tell a lie, I think it is based on a little bit of footballing reasons. I think his back's against the wall so much that I think how he's approaching these fixtures, similar to Villa, he's just saying, you know what, we need to be resolute. We need to make sure, like, whether we stink it out, if we stink it out, we stink it out. That's what it is. But right now, he can say what he wants as regards to press conferences and saying, oh, you know what, like, he can act like everything is fine. He knows he's under severe pressure. He knows this, and he knows that he can't afford to have a string of losses, because he knows that would be his job gone. So I think how he's approaching these games is, you know what, forget entertaining, forget all of this, forget trying to. Right now, it's survival mode. It's just survival mode. That's what we're doing. Is survival mode. That's it. And it's gonna be very interesting doing that at Old Trafford, because, bro, Old Trafford is a crowd.
Villa Park,
it's not a Villa Park. It's at Old Trafford. And Old Trafford, bro, we don't like it. We don't like it. You see, when, bro, even sometimes Onana, bro, man's been at Old Trafford. Onana, he's just longing it out. Like, he's just taking too long with the crowd starts getting annoyed. They're like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, this is not. We're a fan base who have grown up. Obviously, some are younger, but, you know, a lot of us, we've grown up with a certain brand of football, with you know, being like positive and attacking and etc. And I think the Old Trafford crowd's going to get very, very restless, like, if they're seeing things and, you know, it's just bad. And I think it's one of them ones where that's going to increase pressure in a way. But I think Ten Hag right now, when he's looking at it, he's thinking, you know what, right now the priority is results. Like, so I think that's where he's at. So, bro, it's not looking great, bro. Like I'm saying, like, bro, it's just one of them ones where I'm doing my best, because we've committed to these streams, bro. And I know I'm the United representative. So when it comes to I'm trying to, you know, again, I try to analyze this Brentford game, and, bro, I need this guy gone, bro. I need him out of here, bro. I need him out of here, bro. Like, but I'm trying to pick the game apart. I'm trying to say, all right, cool. You know what? This is the case here and there. But yeah, I think even on that, I think that midfield, if it's going to be Casemiro, Eriksen, it's not looking great. Bruno's been having a disaster class, not looking great. Even defensively, that's going to be interesting to see who he's going to go with.
Is Mazraoui fit?
I saw that he's back in training, so I think he is available from what I've seen. I think he is available after, like, I think he had the operation. But yeah, I think he is available. So I think him and Dalot, they'll be available to start as the fullbacks. But yeah, man, like, Brentford, like, even last season, I'm remembering McTominay had to really 90 plus minutes.
Robbed them twice last year,
bro. Fam,
robbed them twice.
Yeah, bro. I saw what Brentford done to City when they went to the Etihad. I told you, bro. Fam,
you said it.
If they converted their chances, things could have been very different.
You did say that. Even the Liverpool game, after they went a goal behind, they held their own. Like, they didn't get blown out after that. It was a tight game.
And then with the what was the last one when
the
they
Spurs
scored
game.
5? No, not even the Spurs game.
Okay,
yeah, bro.
They lost. Okay,
5. So they're capable of scoring as well. So hey, man,
Wolves,
bro. It's just you know, every week it's just.
I love you know what? Kind of last thing on this before we do predictions. Because do you think there's any kind of argument in terms of from Ineos' side thinking, you know what, you guys have all these injuries, don't have a fit left back. That is like, even if you sacked him now and you gave the job to what's his name, Rude, like, how much do you think he would also be hampered by a lot of the same issues that Ten Hag is? So do you feel like there's any kind of argument in terms of them, like, you know, let's just get to a kind of better place with the squad and then they kind of get rid of it. Even that might be influencing. That's part one of my question. I see your face. And then part two of my question is, you were just saying how Thomas Frank, can set up a team. Would you take Thomas Frank at United? And that's like my two kind of final questions on this topic.
Firstly, bro, I told you, I need Ten Hag out of here, bro. So I can't talk to what Ineos are thinking. Like they might have a method, like they might have a method to why they're making the decisions they're making. With me, if we sacked Ten Hag and Ruud came in as interim for the time being, yeah, I'll go with that. I would go with that. Like with me, yeah, I'll say yeah, let's do that. So yeah, that's that one. Thomas Frank, I think Thomas Frank, I like Thomas Frank. I think he's done a very good job at Brentford. I think as regards to United is a really, really, and you know what? This is the thing with the United job because, okay, 2013, Ferguson retired. Moyes came in straight after. We know how that went. Then we had Van Gaal, who actually played like a brand of football. Like, he done his thing. I think a lot of the problem with Van Gaal was doing this possession-based kind of slow, and that's not United. So I think there was a disconnect there. But he's actually out of all of the managers post Fergie, he's actually the manager that came in and actually did have a philosophy and implemented it. Like I think it just was not resonating with us. But yeah, like I think he came fourth in the league and then he came fifth and won the FA Cup. I think when we beat Palace in the FA Cup final, I think he got sacked that day. Like so, yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, and then obviously we had Mourinho come into the job, and there again, won the Europa League, won the League Cup, and then next season, I think we come second. I think that was City's 100 points, and yeah, we were able to get past 80. And it was like Mourinho spoke about, that being one of his best achievements, like in his managerial career.
Those comments have actually aged so well because I remember when you said
people were like, hey, this is so. But then I think again with Mourinho there was the disconnect because I remember even in like the Champions League and then in the press conference and he started talking and it was like, and it's just like that's
not a Conte moment.
Yeah, that's not gonna go down with United, man. Like United, like you can't talk like that at United, man. Like it's not United. Like man, you can't do that. Like it's never gonna go down.
You guys in Chelsea,
bro. Like it's like you can't be talking. You know what it is as well. Mourinho, as a like separately, as a like a separate like manager. Like I think Mourinho, prime Mourinho, he was box office, man.
No,
like,
he was.
Man.
Yeah, like I told you, one of my uncles, bro.
One of the greatest managers,
bro.
Yeah, one of the just Mourinho. Yeah, one of the great managers. But yeah, just to even. Obviously just because of time, but just keeping track of things. Yeah, obviously Mourinho came in, we know Oli, etc., and now Ten Hag has come in, and I remember it's Ten Hag as well. Like obviously we saw what happened with Ajax, we saw the football they were playing, we saw like his philosophy, we saw the Champions League, we saw all of these things. Bro, what happened, man? Do you get me? Like, yeah, bro. Fam, it's so funny as well because I remember it's football, how times can change. I remember, you know how I said right now, currently, rival fans want United to win so Ten Hag can stay. Yep. I remember when it came to making the appointment, I know most rival fans, I think it was pretty much a conversation between Poch and Ten Hag. And I know a lot of rival fans were saying, hey, I do not want these United lot to get Ten Hag because this guy looks like he actually knows what he's doing. And I don't want him to start rebuilding that club. And we were excited. We were like, okay, we've got a manager. He's got a philosophy. Like, he's going to. And nah, bro, we're now here. And I think the expectations at United, I think that's the thing. It's like, and I think we've spoken about this as regards to, you know what, sometimes you need to go back to go forward. But also, I think with United, time wise, you're only going to have a certain amount of time to go back to like a certain point. So literally, we spoke about like last season. Ten Hag, I think he probably would be gone if he didn't win that FA Cup. Like that was literally the thing that saved him. If he didn't win it, then there's no European football, no trophy, and then is eighth. And yeah, so I think that saved him. And I think with Thomas Frank, I think it's a big job for him to take on. Like it's a big job. Right now, currently, there's so much things to do as regards to rebuilding that team again, because part of the problem with Ten Hag is that he signed players which now, you know, other managers might not want. And, you know, with all due respect to the job he's done at Brentford, I think United is a completely different ball game. Like it's completely different. And yeah, man, like I think I do like him, but like I think with the United job, it's just such a big job for him to take on. Like such a big
It's
job.
interesting you say that though, but I think it's going to be a massive job for anyone to take on. And if you actually look at like with England, it's like in terms of who realistically you could get. I don't know. You correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys aren't going to go get like an Ancelotti. So it's going to be like probably like an up and coming, like an Amarin type, like a young manager. So I think you're going to still have the issue of. I think that's what you need Ineos to also work with the manager to put it together, because I think that's the mistake United have made for such a long time, was relying on the manager to come and save you, where you needed the structure to save you. Like
you know, you know what it is. I think currently where United are, I think like you said with Ineos and the structure, like I definitely hear it. I think currently with where United are, I think we don't have. I think the United job's kind of one of them jobs where you look at it and you're like, oof, it's still one of the biggest jobs in the world, but also kind of like, you know, it can kind of ruin you.
Hey man,
so
he's coming by Wendy. I really don't want Thomas Frank to take the job. United is where careers go to die. I see an Overlook Shane said earlier, when Ten Hag leaves, the same thing will happen again, in my opinion. I mean, different at this point.
I think that's the thing. Like, I think because of the scale of the job, I think Thomas Frank, he's really good at, like, you know, again at Brentford, I think what he's really done well is that he's been able to get a group of players and he knows how to make it work as regards to like adapting and stuff. I think what United kind of needs is that I think they need a manager to come in, and again, it could backfire, but I think almost in a similar way to Maresca, I think you need someone with an extremely strong kind of like, I think you need someone with like a really strong opinions who's going to come and like on
that kind mold of the team in his image,
and like kind of be very ruthless. And I don't know if Thomas Frank can come and do that. Like, I think that's that. I think my fear with hiring someone like Thomas Frank is that I think he's someone that could come and it's like, oh yeah, I've got the United job, and Ineos has told him, oh, you know what, you need to, this is how much we spent on these players, you need to make this work. And he's gonna say, okay, like, do you get me? Like, and I think what we kind of need is someone who is absolutely ruthless. Like, I think that's what, because I think again, we are trying to undo years upon years of just like rotten culture of fundamental problems, and I think you need someone who is like going to be quite ruthless as regards to like trying to, like you said, mold the identity of his squad into what it is that he wants. So I think that's what it is.
I hear it
with Thomas Frank, and I think probably maybe why people are maybe like someone like Amarin, people are more like they draw more to like that type of manager, is because I think they believe. And again, United's a different ball game as well. But I think they believe like he's someone more likely to try and come and really input his philosophy on a team. Like, do you get it? So
No.
I think it's one of them ones where I think, yeah, it's difficult, man. United job, like, and I fully hear what Unorthodox Change says as well, because I think, yeah, I have to be very careful because I'm not letting Ten Hag off at all. Like, we're not doing the whole, oh, you know what, like, it's United, it's not Ten Hag. No, we're not doing that. That's not what we're not going to do today whilst I'm here is any of that. Like, we're not gonna now say, oh no, Ten Hag, he's been failing. So yes, United have problems in other areas, but also he has been a problem. Like, so let's just establish that. Now, it doesn't also necessarily mean two things can be true at the same time. There can also be problems beyond Ten Hag where someone can come in and it's definitely not going to be straightforward. So yeah, I think that's the case. But yeah, man, bro, things are it's just, hey, man.
Hey, all of that said, brother Major.
Yeah.
So what's your prediction, your score prediction for this Brentford game?
Bro, I'm stuck in between literally 3 results. bro, I've literally, this is my thought process. I feel like I'm looking at that midfield, I'm looking at those injuries, and I'm looking at what's currently going on, and I can see Brentford rocking up to Old Trafford and winning, like getting like a 2-1.
Okay.
I can see Ten Hag being extremely pragmatic and say, you know what, we need to just not get beat, and then it being like a draw. And I can see United jamming it, not because of any sort of great performance, not because of anything like that, but just because his job is on the line, and yeah, like he finds a way to jam it. And I'm really stuck, man. Like, I'm thinking 2-1 Brentford, 1-1, or 2-1 United. I'm really stuck.
So what are you gonna lock in, bro?
I think I am going to go with, oh man, you know what it is as well. You know what it is. I want to I want to pick United because I feel like it's the right thing to do.
Okay.
But like, you get me? Like, when you're indecisive, then pick the team that you support. But also, like, I feel like I might just be throwing away points.
Nah, bro.
Like,
Pick
you
United,
get me?
Man.
So it's like, I also don't want to. I don't want to do that. You know what? All right, cool. Let me go with United, man. Let me just back the team. Like, you know what it is? My heart is at what my head actually thinks. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think it's 2-1 Brentford. So I'm just gonna go with United just out of loyalty to United because I was indecisive. But yeah, like, I'll just say United. But yeah, Ten Hag, he needs to go, man. Oh my days.
Hey, man, don't worry, bro, man. December be here before you know it.
Bro, sorry, bro, just even interrupting. That's even the problem, because United win 2-1, and what does it do for me, bro?
Yeah.
What does it even do for me? What does it do for me, bro? What does it do? The manager stays. We're all still sad. The football's rubbish. The rival fans are cheering.
You got the score prediction right, bro.
Bro, United. How can United win? And I'm hearing Liverpool, Arsenal, City fans all cheering, bro. What's going on here? What is going on
that
here,
Maguire
bro?
goal. Hey,
What's
man,
going
on
here,
for
bro?
I celebrated.
How can United win and I'm hearing the ops smiling and cheering, saying, "Come on, Ten Hag, bro"? What has things come to, man? Oh my days, man. Bro. What's your prediction, man?
Yeah, now I'm gonna go for, I think it was option 2 in your list. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go for 1-1. Just because, I think combination of the two things, but I think you're gonna stink it out. But I also think, I don't know if Brentford also have enough to comprehensively come and do the job. Like, I think it'll just be a 1-1 draw. Both teams leave unhappy kind of situation, and it doesn't do anything for anyone. So yeah, I'm gonna lock in 1-1 for this game. But
I
yeah,
hear
man,
it,
like
bro.
you said, I would also wouldn't be shocked if Brentford went and won it too. But it's just if I'm gonna pick the numbers, I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw. Just because,
I hear
yeah,
you,
man,
bro.
I think Ten Hag, there's no way. I think even Ineos might have to pull an emergency meeting and say we're gonna look stupid. But if this guy loses to Brentford, that's a mad thing. Well, actually, I'm at home. Like, yeah. So yeah, man. So I'm gonna go 1-1 in this game. And then, bro, swiftly moving on to the next fixture. This one, I think for the next one, we keep the next ones a bit more brief, but starting off with the Arsenal going away to Bournemouth, and yeah, man, kind of give my thoughts very quickly on this game. Yeah, I'm actually a little bit concerned about this one, a little bit concerned. Just because I think I've been saying it on previous streams that I really rate Bournemouth and I really like how they play. I think they play really intense football. Semenyo, hey man, that Ghanaian guy, like yeah, he's gonna be a problem, and yeah, I think Calafiori too. He's gonna keep him very, very honest. Like it's gonna be a very tough game for him. Like
So very quickly, bro. Did you see the interview with Calafiori when he was talking about like it made me laugh when he was talking about the goal he scored against Man City.
Go on, so what did he say? I've seen about it. I have actually
so there was various different things where it's like he was talking about different things, but
yeah, we're talking about drill at one point.
I think that was when he was talking about he was talking about how he learned English. They asked him how he learned English, and he said Netflix and music, and he said he listened to UK drill. But it was the bit where like he scored against, obviously the screamer he scored against City, and they were asking about his celebration, and then he was just like, yeah, I don't know who that guy was. Like it was somebody else. It wasn't me. Like I don't know what I was doing. Then he's like, he ran over to Arteta. He was like, I don't know why. And then he was like, I was pointing, and he's like, I don't know who I was pointing at. he said, I was just pointing. Just pointing. But I think very quickly, I think he seemed to like really. Like he's made like a good connection with the Arsenal fans. It looks like they really like him, and just even from the outside, obviously I don't like Arsenal, but he seems like a likable character. So it looks like he's really, and he looks like he really wants to play for Arsenal. Like he's really excited about it. He's
brought in that kind of, when you like the Italian kind of personality,
passion, and because I think when I was like listening to bits of his story, I think like when he was a teenager, he suffered a really serious injury, and he wasn't sure if he was even going to be able to play football again. So it's like I think he really takes everything, like his journey, it's, he really appreciates like everything that's been able to happen. So like he's someone definitely he looks like someone that's gonna give his all, like, and really fight for the badge. Just thought I'll say that quick, because I saw it. I saw it and it made me laugh. the celebration.
I was saying it, bro. He's already becoming one of my favorite players already. Just how he carries himself. But again, Semenyo, he's a problem. So he needs to carry himself well in this game, or he can be that can say, hey man, brother, wake up very quickly.
Said, hey man, we have too many nice guys. All of a sudden, that narrative starts coming back. Yeah, I said, okay? I thought we turned that around. So I thought we were nasty, but
he's messing up with our dark arts kind of persona right now. So he needs to fix up. So, but I think this would be a difficult game. I think Bournemouth are a very challenging team. Like we were talking about the Chelsea game, where I think Chelsea absolutely stole that point. Those points away from them, and I think that game was like I think Bournemouth would give us a similar type game where they'll put us under pressure. We have some kind of like players doubts, Saka, no one's 100% sure, but he would definitely play. Arteta's press conference today suggested that if he trains today, he'll play. I think he'll play, just knowing Arteta. So the injury isn't too serious. I think
he said it's not serious, yeah,
it's not too serious. I haven't actually got an update on, I didn't hear many updates from Martinelli. I mean, he caught a little knock with Brazil as well. So he's also a bit of a doubt. Obviously, the players are already missing. I think Ben White should be coming back. I don't know whether he come straight back into the team. So we'll see what happens with that. So man, it should be a challenging game, but I still have Arsenal edging it, because again, the new version of Arsenal, I expect us to still, in this type of match, still go and do what we need to do. It's just about how comfortable it will be. I'm not too sure. So to kind of lock in my prediction, bro, before I let you kind of give your quick thoughts in the game and your prediction, again, this was another game where I'm in two minds. I'm in three minds, actually. I'll take your kind of book. I have the if Arsenal was stronger, I would have said like a 2-0 clean sheet. Because we haven't been keeping clean sheets, I'm thinking a 2-1 because it'd be tight. But then it could also be 3-1. So that's why I said, hey man, I'm stuck between those different scenarios. But I think I'm gonna lock in, especially the fact that away from home, we are very good away from home, but it's always uncomfortable away from home after international break. So I think again, it just adds to the the toughness of this one. So I'm gonna settle on a 2-1 Arsenal win in this game, just because of all the doubts and everything. So yeah, bro. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I think I'll echo a lot of what you said. I think Bournemouth, like, they definitely have a threat. They can definitely cause problems. I think obviously, we saw the discussions regarding the injuries with Saka. I think he'll be fine to start. But we'll see. And like, obviously, I think the last couple of games for Arsenal, they were probably a little bit like I think we would have thought they would have been more comfortable, and we've spoken about that. And like, they weren't as comfortable, not because necessarily Arsenal didn't create the chances, but obviously the like conceding the goals. And just for that reason, I am going to go 2-0 Arsenal. I'm gonna say that you get your clean sheets, like you get that back in motion, back in swing. So I think Bournemouth definitely do have a threat. It wouldn't surprise me if they score. But I'll say you keep a clean sheet, so I'll go 2-0 Arsenal.
All right, cool. I think that's a good shout. Hopefully, from my point of view, anyway, I hope that's the case. But moving on to the next game, bro. This is gonna be a tight match, man. I'll get your thoughts initially. You know, it's the London Derby, You know, like I know that I've heard the Spurs fans say this is West Ham's biggest game of the season. You know when the title challenges say that, we circle the fixture at the start. Apparently, this is what West Ham fans do. I'm just a messenger in there. West Ham fans, let me know if that is the case. So is this your biggest game of the season? So they're going to be really up for it. Spurs are coming off the back of that shocking, what's it called, collapse against Brighton last season before the international break, which is always crazy as well when you're sitting on a loss like that after.
You know what? With like amongst the London teams, like Tottenham are really, really hated. Like that's
they are.
Because obviously, you know, the Arsenal and Tottenham thing, obviously North London derby, but Chelsea absolutely despise them. Like, do you get me? Like, and
they hate
it's
them
funny.
more than they hate Arsenal for sure.
Yeah, no, bro. Chelsea hates Spurs, bro. Like, they hate Spurs. Like, obviously, we've seen everything, Battle of the Bridge, etc. So it's funny. So Arsenal hates Spurs. Chelsea hates Spurs, and we see this with West Ham with like it's their cup final. They don't like Spurs either. So it's like like Spurs like really, really are the enemies of London.
They really are. They really are. So West Ham, they're gonna definitely be coming there to spoil the party and keep the bitter taste alive. Because coming off the back of being 2-0 up and then losing that 3-2 in the way they did against Brighton, they're gonna need to definitely have a big reaction in this game, man. It's gonna be tough, man. So, bro, let me know how you see this one going, because this is probably one of the, I guess, tightest games of the weekend to call, I would say. So what are your thoughts on this game,
bro? I expect a reaction from Spurs after what happened last time. West Ham have been quite underwhelming this season. Like, with the signings they've made, I think Lopetegui, he's come under scrutiny and a little bit of pressure as well. I think obviously their result against Ipswich, I think that was big for them. And being able to get the win. And also, I saw something regarding Antonio, and they say, you know what, no matter what happens, Antonio will find his way back into that starting lineup. Like he will find his way back. And I think you've got to give, like, even quickly on Antonio, like his journey's been like crazy, because obviously he's really worked his way up through the leagues. And I think some people forget, like, he wasn't playing striker and in these forward positions originally. Like, he's played everywhere. He's played fullback, wing back, and I think he's West Ham's all-time top scorer in the Premier League.
So, really?
Yeah. So, like, Antonio, he's really done well as regards to, like, you know, firstly his career, but also for West Ham, like the longevity and being able to, like, you know, just still be effective. And in that last match, he really was. That being said, like I previously mentioned, I expect a reaction from Spurs. I think Ange was absolutely fuming, like, after that Brighton result, and I expect Spurs to respond. I think West Ham is weird because West Ham, they're one of them teams where, like, I remember last season, I think it was last season against Tottenham,
Yep.
and they were just able to like just
Yeah, they
dig it
come with
out.
it, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, they just
back their backs were against the ropes. They hung
like,
in
and they're
there.
just able to dig it
Yeah,
out.
and then they
Like,
nabbed it at the end as well. Yeah.
like, so it's they're a weird one. Like, but I feel like Spurs will get over the line. I'm expecting a response from them. And yeah, I just think West Ham, they've got to. I was actually like more optimistic with them at the start of the season. And I think obviously it's still early, but I think they've got like to prove more like before I think I can back them against Spurs. So yeah, I think it'll be an interesting game though, obviously because of the London derby aspect of it, early kickoff as well, and obviously with the context of what happened in the last match with Spurs and the last match with West Ham, it makes for an interesting game. And West Ham definitely, quality wise, they definitely have the players who can hurt Spurs, like definitely do. So yeah, man, you don't want to be giving Bowen opportunities. You don't want to be like letting Kudus run at you. And yeah, man, like they've got the players to hurt Spurs, so it makes for an interesting game.
Yeah. All right. What's your score prediction?
I am going to go 3-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Tottenham. Okay. It's interesting that you went there because yeah, I think basically not to waste too much. I echo like what you were saying basically. I think they will respond. I think Son is back. I think Richarlison's back now. So I think that'll be a big kind of returns for them. Yeah, I feel like West Ham, they also, like you said, I think even like last year, it was Moyes' West Ham that were able to dig it out and hold it out. And Lopetegui, I don't know what he's gonna do. He can try to be stupid like he was against Chelsea, or he can understand. Because again, with Spurs, I think if you approach them the right way, where they come and they aim to stink it out and then hit them on a break with Bowen, with Paqueta, with Kudus, I think they have a much higher chance. But if they go and they try to do, let's say, use a better football team, I think they can get caught apart. So it's interesting that you went for 3-1. I was actually going to say, I was leaning towards like a 3-1 and so, but I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs to be different. Because I think I can see West Ham getting a goal, but I don't think West Ham's defense as well is also good enough to keep out Spurs like for 90 minutes, for most of the game. So I think Spurs will win this the exact scoreline. I'm not sure.
Like, gotta give credit to like Johnson as well. Like he's in super form. Like he's really done well. And yeah, like you said, Son coming back. So yeah, man. Like I expect a reaction from Spurs, to be honest.
This is crazy though. I didn't expect this.
Yeah, that's
Okay, if we lose, then so when he says West Ham have been stinky, if we lose, then I'm therefore agile. But West Ham love beating us at home. That's crazy. I'll be interested to kind of hear, I guess, why this would be like the final kind of straw for you in terms of Ange in this game, but it's just because of the West Ham. I guess the West Ham rivalry goes both ways. They hate each other. You guys equally as But yeah, so no, this should be definitely a good game, man. I'm looking forward to watching this one. And then, bro, moving on to the next fixture. I think the next game, I know this is like one of your favorite teams. We always banter off screen about them being your secret love. So they have a tough game this weekend, bro. They go away to Fulham, and bro. The only thing I want to say on this game, and I'll let you kind of give your prediction. I'll give my prediction. Is Fulham is a tough game, and when everyone wants to keep like Arsenal, Arteta, Emery's a better manager. These are also the games now where I also need to see Villa go to a tough game, a game like of Fulham, and go win. It's not even go draw, go win. Understand? If you're this guy, you have a squad now, go beat them. Because that's the expectation that other teams will have when they go play against a Fulham. I just wanted to say that. Because I also think sometimes the difference between like managing like a team like Arsenal, United, or these other teams, I think there's a lot less scrutiny when you do drop points in these type of games. Then at Villa, I think Villa fans are still kind of, a lot of them are happy to be here. So I think there won't be as much scrutiny if he now doesn't win. But this is me personally looking at Emery and saying, deliver sign in this one, bro, because this is a tough game. So yeah, what's your take on this game?
This is a really tough game. This is a really tough game. Fulham, they've been really oppressive. Again, we saw what happened against City. Like Traore, we don't need to go back into that, but yeah, could have been very different. So yeah, man. So yeah, like Fulham, they've got the players to hurt Villa. Obviously Villa kept the clean sheet against us, but overall, like they have conceded goals here and there. They've not necessarily been like the most solid defensively this season. So yeah, man, I think it's a good game, like really good game. Like, yeah, like hard one to call.
Yeah, man. Even me, I actually had it locked in my final prediction. I'm literally thinking of it right now.
Hard one to call.
I'm literally on the spot. I'm gonna go 2-2.
See, this is what I was thinking. I'm on like the fence because I think it's too tight to. If it was at Villa Park, I think I edge Villa. I think at Craven Cottage, with what Fulham's been doing, I think a draw is a very reasonable. Like a draw is the
equalizer.
It's the one that makes sense.
Yeah.
So now I'm just thinking, should I be logical and just say, because I think we've had quite a lot of differentials as regards to some of our predictions, like already in this one. So should I just be logical and say, you know what, I'm gonna do the sensible thing and also predict a draw? No, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's make things interesting.
What are you gonna go for here, bro?
You know what, bro? It's crazy though, because I might have to do a draw, man. Because you know what it is.
That didn't last long.
Yeah, man. I can't, because you know what it is. It's actually one of those ones where if I'm going for a win, I actually don't know who to go with, because I think,
bro, if I'm gonna go for win, I'm gonna go for Fulham. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, like I could go Fulham, but then I think, draw. Yeah,
gonna go draw. What are you saying? What score?
Draw. I will go. I'm thinking 2-2 as well.
2-2.
I'm thinking 2-2 as well. Yeah.
So more, and then we got a couple more fixtures before we round up this stream, brother. This is another good game. There's a few good games this weekend, man. So there's really good games.
I know what you're gonna say. This is another difficult one.
Another difficult one, man. That's why you're gonna give your prediction first. I'll just let you know right now. Cool. So yeah, man. And this game is Newcastle versus Brighton. Because Brighton away from home now, and signed after what they did to Spurs before the international break. Are they gonna continue that momentum? And Newcastle will have that we've spoken about their start to the season where performances wise hasn't been great, but they've been getting points. What's gonna happen in this one, bro? Talk to me. Let me know what your prediction is,
bro. Firstly, is Isak back?
I actually don't know. I'll check it right now. What you think?
Yeah, can you let me know, because that's crucial information. But overall, Newcastle this season, again, I think they've also been quite disappointing points wise. Not necessarily.
Okay, how said Isak is in contention?
He's in contention. Yeah. So like he probably might get minutes. Like he might not start.
I can't lie. I think how it's similar to Arteta. When they say something like this, they usually just start. So I won't be shocked if he starts either. But
what I mean is that he'll be involved probably.
Yeah, he'll play.
Yeah. Okay. Difficult game to predict, man. Brighton, they're open, high line. They're threatening. St. James's Park. Very difficult place to go. I'm going to 2-1 Newcastle it.
2-1 Newcastle it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Off the bat, I was literally just typing in my prediction now. I was also gonna go 2-1. And now my thinking is whether because I think with me, I think Brighton are nutters in it, and I think away from home, the way they play, they're nutters. So I feel like Brighton are gonna be that team this season where I don't know if they're gonna have narrow losses. They might just get slapped when they lose. I'm gonna go for Newcastle. Haven't been great, but I think Brighton, how they play, I still think that the manager's too nuts, and he's gonna just go to St. James's Park and just YOLO it, and it could be anything. So I'm gonna go 3-1 to be a bit different, but I think 2-1.
Cool. I think that's fair play, bro. I was even thinking 3-2, you know, because Brighton as
3-2,
well.
yeah,
Like
boy, it's true.
they can do something, and I'm not convinced with Newcastle
That's a
defensively.
good.
Like
I'm going
I
3-2, bro. I'm going 3-2. You got me. I looked at the Newcastle team I'm backing. I said, nah, man, you can concede 2 goals. You can concede 2 goals, yeah, man.
This is a difficult one. I'll keep it as 2-1 just to make sure it's different. So we have a differential there since we went the same with the last one. But yeah,
let's see what happens.
Tough, man. Tough.
Very tough, man. Very tough.
Yeah, it's true. Brighton are so unpredictable, man.
Bro,
fam, like the game against Chelsea, like you saw what happened there. Like against obviously Spurs, like you
game,
saw what
they're gonna
happened
get
there.
destroyed. And
Like do you get me? Like they took a point off. They got a point from you at the Emirates. Obviously, we know what happened with the red card and stuff. But man, like Brighton are just difficult team to predict for. But
boy, let's see what happens in this one. And then the final game for us to predict this weekend, bro, is Newcastle going away to Wolves. So
you mean City, bro?
City. I'm tired. City going away to Wolves. So this game. I don't know whether there's much to really kind of say on it,
like, bro. I'll just quickly say my piece, bro. Yeah, man. Wolves, like they've tried this season, but man, I think they've actually put in some like decent performances, but man, like I think you can just get at them so easily. And I think that they do have the capability of like making things difficult. Like even against Liverpool, that wasn't the most straightforward win. And even against Villa, when Villa beat them at Villa Park, like they were causing Villa some problems earlier on in that game. But I expect City to win. I expect City to win. I expect Haaland to score. Like I just think I can't see past that. Like, I can't see Wolves keeping City out. So,
maybe Wolves are like a Neto. They could have done something. Maybe done something similar to what Traore did. But in their current format, I think their biggest issue. The only thing I'll say on the Wolves, I really like them. I really like the manager, but I think they don't have the quality, man. I think it's starting to show now. When you just need that little difference maker to put the ball in the back of the net, I think they're lacking as much. I really rate Creamy as well, but I think as a whole, as a squad, they don't have enough there. So I think I think City will win this too. I'm gonna go for City too, man. Like City are gonna definitely win, but City I think also aren't as infallible as they have been in previous years, where it's like a guaranteed comfortable win. I think they will win. They will win. Don't get me wrong, but they're not infallible right now. So, that said, I think I'm still gonna go 3-1, even though I kind of think maybe a 2-1. I would be shocked people. But what do you think about this game? What you
it's funny because logically, I think 3-1 was the one to go for because City always find a way of just conceding a cheap goal. So I really like that. I am going to again another differential. Let me say I'm gonna say 3-0.
3-0.
I'm gonna say like they need to get some clean sheets surely. So I will go with 3-0, like to be different.
Cool. I think that's that's a good shout as well. I didn't even fathom City keeping a clean sheet. That's how long it's been. So man. I always just add a 1 when City are playing someone.
Honestly, it makes sense. That's why that was the first thing I thought. I was like, okay, City are gonna concede the sloppy goal. Like I just account for that. So I just thought let me be different. So
nah, I think that's a good shout. And bro, that takes us to the end of our Premier League weekend predictions. And then the last thing that we need to do today, since it's been a while, hey man, have to just remind people what the FPO is saying as we go into this week. Because some big decisions have to be made because it's looking very spooky right now. I'll be very honest. Very honest. I saw a comment by an Overlook Exchange earlier that made me laugh. He said, Saka better play, he's my captain. Hey man,
he's
giving
bluffing,
us spoilers.
Man. He's bluffing.
He's bluffing.
I don't believe him.
But let me share my screen quickly. I'm gonna just do how you did last time. I'll just share it. and just update the people on what the table is currently looking like. And as always, if you're watching this live, watching this later, get involved. You know, the code, as you can see right now, perfect timing is just scrolling across the screen. That is a code that you need to join our league. You know, we'll shout you out. We'll talk about the interesting kind of moves in the FPL world because it's an interesting game just to play alongside the season. I like FPL just very quickly, just because it's nice. The players and the teams that you might not otherwise think about, it's nice to have to think about them a little bit. You have to try to find them differential. So that is the one pro for the FPL, but it's very tiring, and I'm tired already. But that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, right now, this is how the league is currently looking. You know, Bennett like Bukayo is on 475. He's currently our league leader. I see you, Major FC, on 457. And I'm all the way down here in 7th on 47. Yeah, this is not it's not looking great right now. I have to make some big choices this week. But just to quickly kind of start off with the league leader, just kind of touch on his team very quickly. Yep, that did not open up. I don't know why. Let's do that again.
There you go.
So yeah, on this one, yeah, again, I always have to give him a shout out for not having Haaland and still being able to lead the league right now. Because yeah, he hasn't got any of those triple captain points, any of those Haaland getting hat tricks, and he's still leading the league. So shout out to him as always. Yeah, obviously Saka, Palmer, and Buemo, Roger, Salah. So yeah, very good team. That is what not having Haaland does give you too. Is that you can now have Gabriel, Virgil, you can have like a good squad of players because you have more money to spend. So shout out to Bendy like Bukayo. See what you can do this week. Go into your team, Major. See you in 3rd. I see if I can zoom out, but it's not zooming out on my screen. I was trying to see if I can see the whole team, but yeah, we do that. I don't know if there's anything you want to kind of touch on your team, bro. Your kind of
I say, bro, I had my armband on Saka and I just changed it. Like really? Just because man, like I just thought Haaland, like he's blanked. Like I thought, and then should have went with Saka, and that would have really helped this season. I mean this week, sorry. But yeah, like overall, like decent performance. Like again, I think the captaincy hurt as regards to like just the 4-pointer. But overall, like I like the look of my team. Obviously, I've brought in a couple Leicester players. We'll see how that plays out. I think Konsa, Villa kept a clean sheet, but Konsa came off injured. I don't know if he's going to be I'm ready for this week. So like I'll see if he's going to be available this week to play. If not, then you might have to go onto the bench. But overall, not the greatest week, but you know, we're steady.
I hear it. Quickly go into my team to see what went wrong. Actually, I don't think it was actually that bad a week to be. It was a bad week.
It was the week before.
Yeah, it was the week before that.
The week before that,
yeah. But even on this, I haven't even looked at it in a while, so this is even upsetting me again. But looking at it like again, what you were saying about the captaincy, I actually had the captaincy on either Havertz or Saka because again, this was another fixture for Haaland where I also thought maybe he might not do anything, but it was the fair man. It was FOMO. Fear of missing out. I said I can be brave, but I think because the previous week was bad, I said this week is damage limitation. I cannot afford
to be safe.
One bad someone else,
and then all of a sudden,
I'm 200 points behind. So just like that. That's why I think this was more of a. I wasn't sure he was going to do anything, but I said at worst, let me put it on him. I know most people will. That was like the thinking behind there. Nketiah, that move has not worked out, man. The defense has not been in trouble. It was very close though in Liverpool, but it hasn't been in trouble, man. Very disappointing. So man, I think I'm definitely gonna make. I have to definitely, I think the deadlines. I haven't actually updated my team yet, so tonight, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to really think about it. What changes I need to make sure I can kind of start clawing back the deficit of like the people ahead of me. Because it's starting to increase now. But man,
still early days.
It's still early. It's still early. So I think that's something FPL to you. You want to know when to make changes, but also not be too reactionary. Also, too, I think that balance of long-term investments is definitely a key one here. So that is what the
Mm-hmm.
table is looking like right now. Like I said, if you want to get involved, then please make sure to join us, and we can talk about it. And as
Mm-hmm.
always, too, if anyone too wants us to like, kind of make this section a bit longer, a bit more detailed, then we're happy to do that too, man. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think we were speaking about this major where I think FPL and football content kind of exist in kind of silos, and it's like a you want. I think we have enough kind of knowledge of both to kind of maybe talk about it a bit more. So it's something
Mm-hmm.
to definitely keep an eye on. If you're interested in kind of seeing more of that, then please let us know. We can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, bro, that is kind of everything that was on the agenda for this episode. First week back. Any kind of final thoughts from you?
Hey man, happy the Prem's back.
Ooh,
Happy football's back. Obviously, United, there's a lot going on, but we move. But yeah, it's always good to talk football. And so yeah, man, it's nice that the international break's over. And yeah, man, the fixtures are coming in fast. So that's good.
yup. So yeah, as always, everyone who's watching live, who's watching this later, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for watching. And if you've enjoyed it, if you've been entertained, then please don't forget to leave a like. It helps us out a lot, and yeah, so it'll be really appreciated. And that was my final words. Major, take us away.
Once again, I just want to say to whoever has watched this stream for 30 seconds, 1 minute, half an hour, whoever's watched the whole stream, whoever's going to watch this later, whoever's shared, whoever's commented, whoever's engaged, we really appreciate it. We really appreciate the support. And yeah, of course, we're back after the international break, and yeah, we're going to continue to be streaming our previews and our reviews. And I think for this week we're going to do the review show on Monday.
Yep.
Yeah, just so people are aware. But yeah, also I'll say yeah, like follow us on the socials as well. TikTok, we're there. Like, yeah, we're on everything, and yeah, like we're gonna be putting out bits of content there, and like just trying to engage with everyone outside of just this stream as well. So yeah, but we really appreciate all the support. We don't take it for granted at all. And yeah, man, like thank you for whoever's listening currently, who's going to listen, and whoever's just been supporting the journey since we started. It's really appreciated. And I hope everyone has a great weekend.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. And yeah,
Mhm.
see you on Monday.